I'm Dirty Jack.
And I'm the Dusty Bean.
Come stay with us, Rock Ridge Resort here in Tennessee.
Let's go ride the Royal Blue.
Heck yeah, that's what we're gonna be in right there. All those mountains right here from the campground. This is gonna be a good one, guys.
Well, we got to our site and we managed to back it in at least.
Pouring rain.
We backed the camper in and got the quads out and whoo!
Holy crap!
It's coming down, we're in the mountains!
Rain, mud, steep mountain trails, along with fantastic river crossings and even a campsite evacuation flash flood warning all set the stage for this bucket list camping off-roading trip. Oh wait, there's more. Stunning top-of-the-world trail views and waterfalls start to set the stage for the scenery this area has to offer. Fun campsite cooking, a quick campground tour, and so much more. Let's drop in on Dirty Jack and the Dusty Bean.
Our Tennessee Ride Royal Blue trip is off to a great start. Been raining, but it is beautiful here. We're gonna be riding in some really cool mountains. We just did an 8-hour drive. So from Michigan down to Rocky Ridge RV Campground. We're pretty excited, gonna go get something to eat. Set up, go get something to eat. Let's get this week started. Al just ran over and got Popeyes.
Looks pretty good.
Needed something fast on the road for 8 hours, and we're like, you know what, let's just hurry up and get something to eat and enjoy the evening.
Yeah.
I just ate our dinner. Figured we'd go for a little walk right behind our site. Let's see if I can show you here. So we're right there, and then the campground kind of goes inward. And then right behind us, there's this field, got at the river. It's been raining on and off. It'll get sunny and hot, then pour down rain, then sunny and hot and pour down rain, which is just gonna be ideal for riding. We can't wait. A pickleball court, outdoor concert and fire area. All right, let's check the pool out. Really quiet here.
Wow.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Oh, this is the ice cream shack. Taco, pulled pork, double cheeseburger, ice cream.
So we're here Sunday night. We were gonna go to northern Michigan, but the smoke caused us to redirect. So we ended up here at Ride Royal Blue, and it is our first night here, and it's stunning. If you notice right from in here, that view out there, we're surrounded by mountains, and you go just a little ways up the road, and that's where all the trails are. Gonna be riding through all that. Can't wait to show you that part. Yeah, and there's entering the RV resort, as they call it. Notice the beautiful hills, pool, camp store. They have food, ice cream right there when you walk in. I'm told, I haven't been in it yet, which we will before this video is over, but that it's a salt water pool. Waterfall into it. All right, just waking up, stepping outside. It's our first morning here. The bugs, if you're used to Michigan where we normally are, not even comparable. There's so much less bugs here. You can see why they call it the Smokies. The air is clean here, so we're not having the fires like we are up in Michigan. If you look up there, you can see the haze. It's just all gonna burn off. It's the site next to us. We're at site 19 and that's site 18. That's where we're gonna be riding up in those hills. That is gonna be exciting. have not got the Blackstone out in like 2 or 3 years. So cleaning it up, it's heating up right now. And now we're getting ready to make steak and eggs for breakfast. First morning here. Now getting ready to add the eggs. Got 2 nice steaks for breakfast today. Just took one off. That's where we are now. One was a little bigger, one steak. Just took one off, and that should be done in just a second. And here is our first morning's breakfast. Steak and eggs. Cooked it just outside, right there in the Blackstone. Pretty peaceful. It's a Monday, so really nice and peaceful here. All right, leaving from our site, Site 19. We're in the back where Site 19 and 18 are. Going straight to the trails. Let's hit these mountains.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is the front of the campground. Small campground. Very clean, nice. It's got that newer feel to it. There we are. There's the sign. Rock Ridge Resort. So this says Ride Royal Blue ATV Resort. Oh, they got a general store and everything here too. Wow. River flowing. So if you can see that, Trail 27, Ride Royal Blue Trail, more difficult. Tells you what it's open to, pretty much everything. If the camera's getting it, little rocky and rough, and look at that. I mean, it is up. Right from the get-go, you are getting up in the mountain. Right from the get. Look at this. Big mountain there, and look at this hill. I mean, you go up, 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 you get about 200 feet of flat with these cool rocks on you, and then you're going right back up again. Okay, been up in here about 5 minutes, and I'm in awe. Look at this hill. I mean, these are some hills. You'll look to your left, to your right, and I'm telling you, it is absolutely crazy, the level of how steep everything is. Whoa. But it's 4-wheel drive. So we just met a little group here. That Hills is taking everybody out. And so we're going back to the easy way. This is the moderate way. Now we're going easy. All right, to the easy way. I'm in 2 again. Huh? I'm in 2. So the hills are pretty good. They're nothing that hard, but what happened is it's like 6 inches of wet grease. All right, we're taking the easy way in. North Cumberland WMA Wildlife Management Area, Sundquist. That's where we're riding. Then look at this. Drive directly across the stream. Woo-wee! It has been raining. That was what our problem was at the other place. All right, this is a pretty deep crossing. There's a sign at the beginning that says this goes straight across. Like, don't go sideways or playing around or nothing. This is about as deep as our machines can handle. This has been a stunning system. Look at that rock. Whoa. Stunning scenery here. Rains a lot, so this mud is no joke. Be prepared for it, and it's a good time. We're making our way to the top of the World Trail. Here's the pond trail. We're taking a little bit of an easier way out. The hills, if it's dry, aren't really that bad. It's so muddy in some of these spots that you're really hitting it to get up these even in 4. So we're in 4 now, just kind of staying on it just because it gets slick. It's not really that the hills are that bad, it's just so slick. Big mountain to the left, big drop to the right. Gorgeous. I just gotta give you an idea. Look at this, super steep this way, down a hill, down to the right. This gives you an idea of these hills. I'm standing at the top. It's rutted, it's crazy. Tina's good at traversing the rutted hills. Better than I am. So she made it look easy. I fell into the rut. There we are. Top of the world trail. Says it's a blue moderate trail, number 30. Muddy as heck, that's the problem. We're taking a look at it. You can tell it's up. Really up. And it's just muddy. So we're in four-wheel drive, and this is not a bad hill, by the way. It's just super slick mud today. Ooh boy, if I go into that left mud, I don't know if I come out of it. Yeah, we're there. Might go up a little more, but I feel like we're on the top of something here. Reminds me of Drummond Island in the mountains. This is a little trail spot where there's some chutes running up and down at top of the world. Ride Royal Blue Sundquist section. Depending on how you go to get here, I'm sure there's easier and hard ways. Towards the end, we thought was pretty easy, but there was some spots intermediate in the middle of it that were supposed to be easy that weren't. Look at the view. Wow. Oh, we got some clouds. Look at these are some of the chutes. I don't know if people do that, but that's doable.
Yep.
Most of them are not.
This one's doable. I don't know about the bottom. Pretty steep.
We got here, nobody was here. Now, getting some groups here building up. People are watching people shoot up these chutes. There we go. We're up. Been stunning, beautiful. First day here, getting more used to it, more acclimated to this kind of riding. So we're doing the harder trails a lot easier already. Working our way back in now for day number 1 and taking it from there. These views, we're on our way back down. Taking what they call an easy trail. Some of the easy trails have been harder than the hard trails and so on. But right down in there is where we're going. Way down, if you can see some roofs or something through there, you can see a road through there too. Wow, beautiful. All right, here we go. We just had to let some groups go, so now we got to hit the mud here. Figure out how we want to do it. We're gonna straddle it and go. Ain't too much else thinking about it. Oh boy! Woo! It's muddy! Yeah! Oh yeah! I'm gonna get Tina doing that. Right there. Mm-hmm. Wow! That was fun. I'd do that again. Let's get Tina. We're on an easy mud hill, but dry might not be so bad. It's rutted out, super slick mud. You put it in 4, get in the ruts and just give it gas, because either which way you go, you're stuck. It just got done raining, now it's sunny. You just give it, put it in 4 and hit it. Hit it! There it doesn't look so steep, but down there, it was pretty steep. I'm pointing the camera down if you go something like that. This has just been gnarly after the rain. So we're riding through here, and the mud just got slick again. Oh, I mean, it's just, we're getting used to it, and this is just getting fun. We are sidewinding these trails. There's a sign, Trail 27, Ride Royal Blue Trail, more difficult. So that's where we're going. We're going back down. Back on down. Heading back down. We just saw this spot. There's these big steps. Reminds me of the ledges.
Might be a drumming.
We might have to do a video. The drum into the mountains. And look at that down there. I mean, it just goes sideways. I mean, right down. Big steps up here, and it goes right down. And it rains and it's sunny, and it rains and it's steady. So there is no shortage of mud here. Welcome back, Ride Royal Blue. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. There's the Rock Ridge Resort sign. Wow, that's all I can say about today. Wow. I don't know if they're serving food or what in there. Wow. Well, that was one of the craziest days of riding. Definitely one for the books. Could argue the best, could argue stressful, very challenging trails, lots of mud, hills, the nicest scenic views you'll ever want to see.
There were some emotional ups and downs. I got a little bit scared at one point and wanted to turn around, but we pushed through and we got to the top of the world.
Here we are at the pool. When we came in earlier, it looked like there was a few people here, but that's a pretty common sight. What you're seeing right there, just people whipping around. Hey, we saw them earlier. Well, long day on the trails. We just ate leftovers from last night of that Popeye's chicken. And now we're gonna jump in the pool.
Kept it simple. We wanted to have some pool time.
Good morning. We're here sipping a cup of coffee, looking at the maps, listening to the birds. Came back after swimming last night, just kind of hung out, didn't have a fire or anything. And now we got our navigations out, this one out as well. And we're mapping out what we want to do for the day. Well, we're starting the day off with some bacon and eggs, planning out our riding route, enjoying the sights.
See where we end up today.
Well, we're having a pretty good morning, just had breakfast. Now we're just gonna walk over to the camp store just to check it out. And then probably get ready to go for a good ride and hit those mountain trails again.
See if we can find some waterfalls or something.
Yeah, top of the world yesterday, hoping for some good waterfalls. We heard there's a waterfall that's like a rock slide and you can sit on it and go down it like water slides and all the kids love it. So don't know if we'll get to that today, but we're gonna be out searching. Let's go check out this camp store.
Hello.
For such a small campground, sure is nice. Second day ride, there's Royal Blue Powersports right off Stinking Creek Road. They're there ready to do work from what we're told. DTF Powersports ready to do work. So we're here to get a little gas. People are at the restaurant. DTF Powersports. 1.8. First machine just took a gallon. We're seeing if she does too. It was rough riding yesterday, but these things just do not use a ton of fuel. DTF Diner, we're going in to pay for our gas here real quick. And that's what we got on the end. All right, we're in DTF Powersports.
Down to fabricate.
Down to fabricate, by the way, guys.
DTF Powersports.
DTF Powersports, down to fabricate. Got these tie rod savers, and if you ride here, you're gonna see why. Here shows an example of how it works. You break it, you loosen it up. There's different sizes in there that will fit your A-arm, was the A-arms and the tie rods.
Tie rods, A-arms, radius
So
rods.
you're out in the middle of the mountains. It's not easy to be rescued. Once you get up there, these trails are cut into the hills. This isn't like West Virginia where you're using old gas roads and oil roads. They'd be tough to get to you, so it'd be nice to have just in case. About 55 bucks at the time of shooting. We got this tie rod saver here from DTF Powersports, right next to the food place. We're gonna be going in there and eating. But what a brilliant thing to have in your box if you're hitting these tough trails. I don't care where you're riding in the whole country, what a brilliant thing to have. We are going through the creek. Gonna put my feet up because this was close yesterday. So we're gonna kind of go close, but we did make it. We're hoping that the water's a little lower today, and it is. I can tell it is. The water's it's a little bit lower today. All right, so that's good. This is pretty neat. Got this waterfall coming down here. Water's lower today than when we did it yesterday. Doesn't seem like it from here though, does it? But this is the creek, so you hear people saying you're gonna cross the creek to get on Trail 13, that's it. All right, change of plans. We just crossed the creek. Trail 11 goes to Jennings, some sort of Jennings Creek Waterfall. Says this is hard, I'm in two-wheel drive, but we're gonna give it a shot, see how this goes. None of these trails, typically from who we've talked to, have been so bad other than the mud. Right, so it's the mud that gets you, not so much the trail. All right, on our way to Jennings Creek. I think there's a waterfall over there. We're on Trail 11. This just gives you an idea. And you see that hill there and you think, well, you don't really go up that. Well, you do. We got another river crossing. Speed up, take it slow till we know how deep it is. Hopefully this one's not deeper than the last. Okay, so far it's not. Four-wheel drive, and it's all rocks. Yep, not too bad. They're deep, deeper than what you might see in a lot of places. Ooh. So remember we were just saying, you kind of go up these hills. You sometimes kind of do. I think we're going to zigzag off to the right and make our way up there. Back there, that's just a big hill full of rocks, and then we're just going up. We're in the woods going up. Trail 14, Lost Ridge Trail. On the sign it says it's a blue moderate. On the map it says it's got a black, which should be, I think, is above that, but we'll see. It's supposed to be a waterfall back here somewhere. Holy crap. This is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Wow, the scenery. Good scenery sometimes means the trail's gonna get tricky. We'll see. This is craziness. Just a monster. This is right to our right. I don't know if I'm picking that up. Right to the left. It's just a drop. Don't want to miss the waterfall, so I'm going slow, trying to see a river down there somewhere. This trail's been stunning. We've done green trails, which are supposed to be easy. Wow, whole cave in this one. People partying there too. And they were harder than this one so far. I hate to say that because you don't really ever know what's coming, but so far anyway. All right, well, we're at the waterfall. Jennings Creek one, I think. Kind of looks like this. There's like a little parking space. You make your way around this log. You can probably hear it. It's right down there. Seems only like maybe a minute walk. Let's go down there and check it out. And that appears to be the trail we think we parked in. This is the clearing. Looks as much like a trail as anything, going down to the waterfall. There is the waterfall. You can climb down there. That's beautiful. I'll tell you what, you get your share of river crossings here. I don't know if this is the one leading to the falls we just went through, but it's all on rock. Look at that. Wow. Going straight across it, but I'm wondering if that's the one leading to the falls. Kind of looking all around on you. We go again. Another stream. We've been going for a good while now. You ain't going up to the right. Well, I guess we aren't going up to the right or left, but some people probably could get our feet up. I don't have boots on. The engines are good and hot now. These streams are deeper than what we're used to being in, but it's been nothing but rain. But when you get in it, it feels just a little deeper than what we're used to. The engines are good, hot, knock some of that mud off. 16 Schoolhouse Trail says it's a green one. We've been on green trails harder than the black trails. We just came off of a bunch of long black trails and they really weren't that bad. Now we're going on a green one. Watch, it'll be, oh boy, we ain't going through that. Entrance to the green trail. It's kind of funny how it works. We're bypassing it, but still tricky. I think there was an easier bypass than this, but it didn't look, I'll show it to you right now, if this all makes the video. That's the other bypass. That's not too bad. It's real slick mud. Would have been easier than what we did. Trail 37, Hickory Creek, says easiest. They look pretty easy today. There hasn't rained in them since yesterday any good. A little bit here and there, so should be pretty good. Even the easy in some of these places is awfully fun. This place is beautiful. Big rocks. The trails are stunning. Lots of water. Riding up Trail 37. We're using the Polaris app to navigate a lot of this, and it's been pretty accurate, along with a paper map, and it said this was a scenic spot. So we figured we'd stop, take a look. Get out and ride after a lot of rain. You just see puddles after puddles after puddles after puddles. That's what we've seen for the last couple of miles. Some of these are really gnarly, crazy ones, some not so much. Just water everywhere. Kind of hot dogging it back in. We're back at the creek crossing. Oh, there's a snake. No, there's a snake right there. Can you see it? Black snake. Ooh. Wow. We're done with that. We're crossing the creek and a snake just swam right in front of us. It's a little black snake. I can still see it over there. It's in there hidden in the rocks. It's a pretty deep creek for an ATV anyway. There, Rock Ridge Resort, second day of riding. Beautiful day.
Simple burgers tonight. Just getting
Looking
some burgers
good.
off.
Looking good.
There you go.
Makeshift dinner for the night. Well, we just did a little running around to explore. Been pretty much at the campsite the whole time. And look what's on our door when we come back. Can we get that? I'll take it off. Potential high winds and flash flooding possible until 1 a.m. Bathhouse is the safe house. Bathhouse is the safe house. So we're like, yeah, great. Thunder like crazy, lightning, not a lot of rain, but it has been raining nonstop. So I don't know if they're expecting a big one or what. So we packed up a screen house because we haven't used it because we're used to bugs, hasn't been many. That's there. Then we just pack up a few things in the truck in case we got to hurry up, just move the camper up to higher ground up there real quick. Well, we left Michigan because of the wildfire smoke. Got 3 great days down here in Tennessee. Ride Royal Blue, some of the toughest, most majestic scenery and riding you'll ever do.
It's been amazing. There's a but.
There's a but. We're somewhat packed up mid-trip because now we got a note stuck to our doors, which we just showed you, about flash flooding possible or storms coming in. They're not here yet, but maybe they won't even get here. They'll be up in the mountains and come to us. So we're somewhat ready, or we're about as ready as you can be without being hooked up to move. You know, and I think they're more worried about storms, but we're pretty well ready should we need to be. And it's always something no matter where you go.
It is. It's funny because the note was stuck to the door and we were like, well, let's clean up a little bit. We took down the screen house. We weren't really using it anyway. It was too hot in there. And we thought we'd pull the quads a little closer. Well, then Bob checked his emails and it said, move your quads away from the river. We're on a river and there could be damage to tents and awnings. So we had already taken the tent down. We moved the quads closer to the road and we're ready to roll if we have to.
Yeah, we're the only ones on a river, so the email that came was for us, we're assuming, because nobody else is on the river, having their quads on the river and all that. So we got our stuff up and ready, and we're ready to go should we need to. But it's always something. Hopefully we wake up in the morning, but the trails are going to be a mess. It's going to be a muddy mess up there, you know, but rather that than be flooded out here.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Camera's given the depth of this. Man, this is insane. All right, we're at the Brushy State Prison, the prison tour, penitentiary. This is so cool. It's an old, dilapidated prison they built in 1896, and now they do tours, self-guided. And the cells, wow, look at these cells. The old steel racks, stuff there. It's a cell block.
A quick visit to the elk viewing point, and so much more. Thanks for sticking around. Hope to see you on the trails. Till the next one.